Hello! Today we're going to learn about cardboard prints. My name is Cameron Peterson. I'm co-owner of Funhouse Press with Annette DuBord, and I also work here at the Rourke Art Museum Gallery as exhibition coordinator and facility management. Today we're going to learn about cardboard prints. It's a print you can make at home, and some of the items you will need are a piece of cardboard and then maybe a pop box or a little bit thicker than cardstock cardboard, and then some paper that's bigger than your original plate, some sponges, scissors, or an Exacto or a handy cutter to cut your design out of the pop box, a spoon, and a pencil probably to draw your design, and some Elmer's white glue. And here you can use tempera or acrylic, just depends on which one you have available at home. And this right here is 50% water and 50% glue. So the first step would be to cut your piece of cardboard. I like cardboard as the base because it's a little bit stiffer and it won't buckle after you've been printing for a while. And the second step is to actually directly glue your cutout of your design. And if you're using like a pop box like I am here, what you want to do is you want to make sure the waxy side or the printed side is out, but then you also want to like move it around and make sure you have good contact with the glue and wipe off the areas around the side of the glue or the side of your piece, so then it doesn't dry right there, because you're going to need those clean edges. And then after that dries, what you'll do is you'll take your mixture of 50% water and 50% glue, and you'll cover the surface. And you really only need to cover the surface, but what I do, just to be a little bit more careful, is I actually paint the back side of it too. And after this dries, why you want 50% water and glue is so that it's wet enough to soak into the cardboard, but yet the glue will seal it once it dries. And even after you do one layer and let it dry, if it doesn't look quite sealed, it's okay to do another layer. So just do another layer. Now, it's very simple. Just find either a plate or something that you can clean up afterwards. And take your sponge. You can use a dry sponge or a wet sponge, but not too wet. It just needs to be moist and don't actually have it wet. And here's the one design that I was going to print today. And you just take and just dab it, and then you just dab your plate with the paint. And then you can take your piece of paper, you can lay it right on top of there, and this is where you want to take the spoon. And a neat little trick, if your paper's a little stiff, is a piece of paper towel when you're hand burnishing will help you slide your spoon across without damaging the paper. And there you have your first color. And what's interesting about this one is you could come right along with another color. And so this is a really quick and easy way of printing a simple print with materials that you may have at home to use. And then you can end up with something like that. And you can keep on going or let them dry in between, and then you won't get as many brown colors, but print it, let it dry, wipe it off, and print another one on top of it. Different variations of this process that I've tried is this is actually the pop box with the pop box on, and that worked. But you can see that it started to buckle as the more I printed with it. But you get pretty good images off of this one. And one is I actually took a paintbrush and painted the ink or the paint on top of it. And the other two were sponge with a wet sponge and sponge with a dry sponge. Another different thing you can actually do with the with the corrugated cardboard is you could actually cut your design into the cardboard and then peel off the areas that you want just that ribbed texture. And this is kind of how this piece showed up. So it shows up really good. Except when you peel it off here, you got to remember to put your 50% mixture on it again after you peel it off. And then this is one of the more sturdier, but it's mat board on mat board, and I realize that some people might not have mat board. I think the best combination for this practice would be to either use a mat board or a cardboard base with the pop top, because you can see how big of a halo, because the mat board is quite a ways off of the surface, and so it creates quite a bit of a halo where if you want more of a detailed design, you'd want to go with the pop box thickness. And thank you for watching again, and have a great time making art.